Hello and welcome. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. Procyon, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network and everything we do. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and Yukon legendary men's basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut. He will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by Yukon legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, helps them reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. To work with the best, he has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. All right, and here we are for the MMA Report. I'm your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. And with me, as always, all he does is train, teach class, eat that ass, and then pound it vigorously afterwards into the pavement. Afterwards,
Man,
of crown,
too
sports,
big,
and entertainment. Yeah, you don't fit.
too big. I don't fit in the screen, baby.
You don't fit. You don't fit at all.
That's fair.
So we are going to be talking about UFC 326, which is featuring a tremendous main event of Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira, the second matchup. It's the
For
second
the BMF title.
for the BMF title. Now, that has been the talk of some speculation. Tyler, how much validity do you put into the BMF title?
I put lots of stock into it.
Yeah, it seems to be gaining a lot of prestige.
Well, not even that. It's basically an offshoot. A lot of people don't remember this. The UFC used to have a title called the Super Fight title. It's a title they would bestow after large fights. This was in like the early days of the UFC. It's basically thought of as a precursor to the UFC Heavyweight Championship. Ken Shamrock held the UFC Super Fight title. I think several other noble names. I have to go back and look because I'm not that well versed as far as the official history of the title, but it's very similar to the UFC Super Fight title. The BMF belt, it's only bestowed to people that are well respected and fights with a lot of story and magnitude to it. Fights that people want to see, main events, co-main events, feature fights, featuring rather the biggest names. So, I mean, everyone wants to. Will we get flagged if I swear, Steve?
No, you can swear.
Okay. A lot of people don't know shit about the sport or want to talk about fighters with losses holding titles. That's because in this sport, especially at the highest level, which is the UFC or the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the best fight the best. This isn't like boxing where the promoters um sit around and protect their best guys and feed them cans. The
They
best
do.
guys are fighting the best guys at the upper echelon in the top 15 of the UFC. You know, there'll be some exceptions. When a guy loves name recognition, he'll usually be able to cut the line. But generally, the top guys aren't fighting tomato cans. It's just not happening.
Do you
So
remember the origin of the BMF title? It was Nate Diaz who basically created it.
I do remember it because Nate beat the ever living dog shit out of Anthony Pettis.
Yeah.
And then in his Octagon interview, he said, well, I would like to take this chance and defend my bad motherfucker title against and then he said, Jorge Masvidal had a good last fight, a good last fight. The arena absolutely erupted. The camera panned to Jorge Masvidal, who is arguably, not arguably, is one of the top five best fighters in the sport. Oh, excuse me, top five most recognizable personalities in the sport. And now the UFC has yet another money just grabber at its disposal. I mean, I could talk about the BMF title and what I think they're going to do with it going down the line here. But yes, Nate Diaz, one of the biggest stars of the sport, used it to help raise one of the other stars of the sport, and Jorge Masvidal, make his star raise that much higher.
No, he definitely did, and it came out of nowhere. But there are critics that are saying UFC is trying to put on lesser shows leading up to July because they want to keep all their best fighters healthy. They want to keep all their best fighters available for the White House show. Do you
Okay,
believe that to be
so
true?
I believe to be true. Maybe a bit, but at the end of the day, the UFC is a business. You think they're not going to run it in the most effective way possible? The White House card is 100% unprecedented. It will draw such an enormous amount of eyeballs. It will drive the subscription rates of Paramount Plus sky high. You telling me that the guys who originated this business and have proven to be the best at making money in this business, being Dana White, being Hunter Campbell, back in the day, being the Fertitta brothers, and now the board at TKO, which includes personalities like Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Paul Levesque, rather. You're telling me that these icons and moguls that are at the top of the game in sports entertainment aren't going to maximize this once in a lifetime opportunity if they have. Hey, Kevin Ali, go suck a fat one for real. Like, you're a reporter for a reason. Let you do the reporting and let the fight promoters, the expert fight promoters, do their job of fight promoting.
And the other complaint about this card were there really were no major female fights on this. Do you think
The
that's a big
biggest
deal?
the the biggest female fight in history is featuring two old ass broads fighting for Jake Paul's promotion. So let's pump the brakes, guys. Listen, I enjoy female fights. I do. I'll watch it if there's no male fights or football game on. Um, with that being said, who are the best female fighters? Or no, I'll take that back. Who are the most popular female fighters? The
There,
biggest smoke shows.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's
they
true.
can't have the hottest chicks fight all the time. And even the hottest chicks have someone getting tired of them, evidenced by Alex Bahia cutting it off with Trace Cortez. And they were together because I saw them together in a fight locker room literally days before. Alex said, I've had enough of this shit.
Wow. Wow. Um, so if you're looking at this card, the prelims are a little bit shorter than normal. There's only 4 fights on the prelims, and then they go into the main card.
Yeah.
On the prelims, are there any fights there that stick out to you other than
Yes,
the
there
main
is
event of it?
one. There is one. I'm going to I have to Google one name to make sure. It is.
Cody, I've seen fight many times.
Oh, okay. Now, there is a particular fight that really, really stands out to me. And that's actually on the early prelims. And that is Gaston Bolaños versus
Yes,
Lee Jong-yong.
I remember watching him before. Yes, yes. He
So,
is 11-3 in the featherweight division, and Gaston is 8-5, 8-5.
so Gaston, I think it's one of the best kept secrets in the featherweight division. He is a former glory kickboxer. I believe he fought a few MMA fights for his time in glory, but just an absolutely dynamic striker with knockout power in both hands, both legs. Um, Fighting at featherweight, a lower weight class. Now, there obviously have been some knockout artists at featherweight. Conor McGregor, Josh Emmett, but Gaston Bolaños just does it from such a dynamic perspective where he's such a pinpoint accurate striker and he's not lost on the ground either. He doesn't get dominated on the ground. So I would
He's
say as
two
far
and
as
two in UFC.
you're fighting the best guys in the world, brother. He took a big step up. He was fighting in Bellator, and then he signed to the UFC. I mean, he's just such an exciting striker. The grappling in the UFC is at a much higher level than it's in Bellator, though. So I mean, as far as the Gaston Bolaños fight really stands out to me. Corey Garbrandt's fight stands out to me,
Yes,
and but other than that, yeah, other than Gaston and Cody, not a whole lot happening on these prelims. But
right.
Steve, also remember, 500 fighters on the contract.
No, I know, and they have fight
Guys
nights
not gonna
every
fight.
week. They've been very active the last 2 months,
Yeah,
especially since coming over to Paramount Plus.
exactly.
Paramount Plus needs a certain amount of subscriptions
Yep,
to break even. So I think UFC is trying to cater to that by putting on a lot more shows.
yep,
And just
agreed.
it's been the quality of the shows with the named fighters that have been in question, and
Hmm.
people think they're saving their so and speak load for the White House show. But
Uh, as we like, no, go ahead, Steve. Sorry, please finish your
no,
thought.
I was just saying. So people are saying that they want to please President Trump. They want to have a dynamic White House show with the top fighters available. They don't want to risk any of them getting hurt. It could be one of those all championship matchups for the show. It's the country's 215th birthday, and
250th.
250, yeah, and they want to celebrate it. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that's wrong. Are there guys that could be fighting between now and then that would still have time for another training camp to get ready for the July draft?
So for July, so we're in March. Yeah, it could
So
happen.
it's tight. It's tight.
Yeah, it is a little tight. We're also looking at injury, etc. Look, so I'm not trying to throw shade at some of the talking heads, but there's a reason some of these reporters are reporters. There's a reason Dana White and Hunter Campbell and the board at TKO are in the position they're in. There's a reason there's reporters are in the position they're in. They report and they create controversy.
They do.
They make chicken salad, chicken shit all the time with what they got, and they're not exactly going from a back reporting angle most of the time, much of the time.
No, it's all
Like
opinion. It's all opinion.
exactly. So here's what I will say to that effect. The White House card, first of all, it's on the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. One. Two, the UFC and Donald Trump have a long-standing history. Dana and Donald are very good friends. So when the UFC was banned everywhere and they couldn't even get on like pay-per-view, and there's porn on pay-per-view, Donald Trump
True.
is the one that stepped up and said, I will trust you in New Jersey, the Trump Taj Mahal. And he kind of helped save the UFC. Dana White,
Yeah.
for all of his faults, is one of the most loyal people in show business and entertainment, etc. Granted, some of the fighters might tell you different, but generally, especially as a Boston guy, Dana is a loyal human being. And Donald Trump is one of his good friends. And he played a major part in the resurrection and saving of the UFC. Plus, as I've said before we went on air, as I've said multiple times on air just now, this is such an unprecedented event. Like, there's a chance you can have Hazmat Chabayev walking out of the Oval Office, that Chechen piece of garbage. I mean, all of this is so unprecedented. You really want to throw shade, all you talking heads,
That's
at
jealousy.
the. At, I mean, I would say partially jealousy, but they're just doing part of it. They're doing their job. But at the end of the day, Dana and Hunter are geniuses at this game. Whether you like President Trump or not, whether you think he is some sort of offender or not, he is one hell of an entertainer, and he knows how to get views, and he knows how to sway public opinion in his favor. All these things play into it. Plus 250th anniversary of the United States of America. Plus, man, this event is a one of one. All you
Yeah.
talking
It'll be the
heads,
only time in history.
all you talking heads, and get ready to bleep me for the clips. Go fuck yourselves. Go cry about it. For the love of God, this is only going to happen once. You think that
Absolutely.
he's not going to try to take a big dump directly in everyone's eyeball that ever doubted him? Suck my dick, for real. Like,
And
everyone, like, I'm being a little harsh right now, but at the end of the day, this is such an unprecedented event, and he's going to want to make the biggest tidal wave of a splash ever.
yeah,
Go pound sand, everyone.
yeah.
And
It's
so,
going to be a spectacle like none other.
and with that being said, you tell me a main event of Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway, which is if they're fighting other people, we'd all tune in anyway. We'd all
Right.
buy the pay per view anyway. We'd all subscribe to Paramount Plus anyway. This fight is liquid hot magma fire. Stop. Just stop. Just stop.
No, I agree. And as you said, there's 500 fighters under contract for
Yep.
UFC. So there is an opportunity in the next few months for unknown fighters to step up, to be seen, to get some work, to get some fights that will propel them to
And
stardom.
like, here's the other thing. I'm looking at I'm looking at the UFC 26 card I have in front of me on my iPad here. So looking at the early prelims, I recognize one name. Looking at the regular prelims, I recommend several. I recognize 1, 2, 3, 4 of the names. One of those 4 names is a former world champion. Then we'll look at the main card, and I recognize every single name.
Yes.
And like all these fights are like fire. These are fire fights, all of them, every single one. Hey, casuals, sit this one out. Casuals, sit this one out. You
Well,
fucking
and you said
casuals.
that UFC would load this up for the first few pay-per-views
Of
of
course.
fight nights because they want to appease Paramount Plus and prove their
Yeah.
worth.
They had 2 numbered events 2 weeks in a row. Like everyone really needs to shut the fuck up.
So, who on the prelims? I mean, you mentioned the early prelims. Who on the prelims stands out to you?
Um Boy Durden, I mean, I think they're probably trying to prop him a little bit. When I say prop, I
Yeah,
don't know a whole lot about Naim Jargel, Coveted them Barrel.
yeah,
I don't know a whole lot about him,
yeah. I
but
mean, 9-1. Yep.
so this either like kind of a one of those, you know, entry level fights we've talked about on here. Ricky Turcos versus Alberto Moniz. Look for Ricky Turcos to take a step up. Um, Dante Johnson versus
Really?
Cody Brundage. Yeah. Cody Brundage versus Dante Johnson. Um, you know, could be a gatekeeper fight. They could be high on Dante. He doesn't even have a
Yeah,
Wikipedia link, so I'm not sure. Obviously, the main event stands out. Cody No Love Garbrandt versus Xiao Long.
yeah.
Don't
I
know a
like
whole lot
Cody.
about Xiao. Yeah, but I mean, listen, all the face tattoos, Cody, don't go with that male pattern baldness. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, he's lost his last 2 fights. He hasn't won a fight since
Exactly.
2022.
So, I
So this
mean,
is important for him.
very important fight for him. But like, still, I just want to know, after he got that dagger tattoo through his eye, who like when he was thinking about that, who was like, yeah, bro, that's gonna look
Go for that.
fucking,
That's gonna look
that's gonna
perfect.
look so good.
Yeah,
Like
I'd go
for
for it.
real. Unless
Really.
Cody gets some sort of like scalp treatment or transplant, he's shaving his head in under a year. So, bro, you either gotta do something with that hair, get that restored, or I don't know, man. Like he's gonna look like a thumb
He's
that
gonna look
someone.
really weird. Yeah.
No, he's gonna look like a thumb that a 8-year-old scribble all over.
So, do you like his opponent in this match?
He doesn't even have a
Xiao
Wikipedia link.
Long.
What'd you say? He's 9-1.
He Long, the guy that Cody's fighting.
Yes.
Or are you
He,
talking about Dante Johnson?
no,
No,
I'm
you're talking
talking
about
about
Cody. Cody
yes.
Garbrandt. Yeah. Zhao Long is 27-10-0. And let me see. He's had he's had 3 UFC fight nights. Um, he did have a championship match in June 22nd of 2024
For what promotion?
for UFC. It was against Lee.
Oh, for okay. So
It was
that
on
tells me
the UFC Fight Night card.
that actually tells me a lot. So what this tells me is that they want Cody back. They want the old Cody back. So they're giving they're even like this fight is either Zhao gets a path back to another title shot, or he gets
Right,
a path to a number one contender fight, or if Cody come through with like a knockout win that looks spectacular, they can justify getting Cody back in the title picture.
right, exactly. Oh, hold on.
Mhm.
Let me just play this and we'll go on to the main card. Down south, we have Julius Williams, Jordan Harris, and the rest of the team of the Trench Mob. They train offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments and college showcase camps all across the country. They have sent kids to schools like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. They have sent the highest percentage of kids who work with them to Division I schools on scholarship. To work with the best, go to trenchmobfootball.com. Ned Von Young runs the Fresh Fold Laundry Company in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, a high-end laundry service. You book online, put your laundry out in a clear plastic bag. They pick it up, wash, dry, and fold it for you in 48 hours. They also offer an expedited service if you need that as well. They have an online subscription model, weekly or bi-weekly, where you can get your laundry done that way. They offer deals for college students. So if you want your laundry done, you can do it in your own dorm. They have a pickup and now a delivery service. So you can have your laundry done without leaving the comfort of your own home or dorm room. To sign up, go to their website, my-freshfold.com. All right. We are looking at the main card for UFC 326. And it is starting off Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira from Brazil in the middleweight division. Bruno is 15-2-0 and Gregory is 18-6. Who do you like here? I don't know. Tyler's going to think about it, and he'll get back to me shortly about who he likes. I would have to say, based on this, okay.
She got fucked up. You good?
Yep. So,
All right, cool.
Who do you like in the first bout that I just mentioned about Rodriguez and Bruno, who was 15-2, Rodriguez 18-6.
All day long, Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez.
Yeah, he does look like a badass.
100% all day. He's been running through everybody. Look at his last several fights.
And he's 6'3", 186. Jesus.
Dude, he is like his nickname is RoboCop for a reason. He marches forward and throws absolute crushing bombs. Like,
yeah, and he fought 3 times in 2025 as well.
Yeah, he's been super active. He's looked great and all. He's 3-0 in those fights too, right?
2-1.
Who did he lose to?
He lost the second fight to Hermanson.
Oh,
Jack, I remember that. Yes,
Jack the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah. He lost to Hermanson at UFC 317, which Oliveria was on as well. But other than that, yeah, he won. His last win was in November, so this is a little bit of a quick turnaround for him. But yeah, he was really active in 2025, February, June, and November.
And who? He fought Krylov, one of those, right?
Yeah, that was his last win in November.
And before that, he lost to Hermanson.
I'm sorry. He beat Hermanson. He lost to Cannonier.
Like those 3 names right there: Cannonier, Hermanson, and Krylov. Like those are 3 of the most toughest and most exciting fighters in the middleweight division. Like you look at that resume, and it's just it's pretty crazy that he's just. And here's the other thing: in those fights, the one he lost, he looked like he was winning. It was a very close fight.
Yeah.
In the ones he won, he just ran through those guys. Like he absolutely like I like Krylov. I like Krylov's one of my, you know, favorite fighters in the middleweight division. Super dynamic. And RoboCop was like RoboCop was like, full story. Watch this. He just marched forward and smashed Krylov. I
He did.
mean, Rodriguez is just he's like in the octagon. Like I see these pictures of him with his daughter. He looks like the nicest dude, the best dad, like almost like a freaking big teddy bear. But in the octagon, he is fucking terrifying. He just marches forward like he's RoboCop and just smashes people.
And even though Bruno is 4-1 in his last 5 fights, you still think Rodriguez has
Yeah.
the distinct
I
advantage.
mean, honestly, what do I say about guys? What do I say about two things are always a good bet? One, guys from Russia or around Russia.
Well, they're both from Brazil.
No, and two, when a guy doesn't have Wikipedia,
Oh,
you
right,
ban the
right,
other guy. Yeah.
right, right. The lightweight division. This is an interesting matchup. Drew Dober and Michael Johnson.
Dude,
Michael Johnson in the lightweight division.
the amount of trauma that both these guys have taken is it should be studied because
Yeah,
both of these fighters have taken such hellacious beatings
yeah.
through their career. One that really One that really sticks out to me was the beating that Michael Johnson took from Nate Diaz, where Nate Diaz was just, nope, can't get me. And just, I use the term clapped him up a lot, but dude, Nate Diaz clapped Michael
But
Johnson up worse I've ever seen anyone get clapped up. And he did. He slapped him like 5 times.
but
Like,
Michael Johnson got his shit together. I mean, he's won 4 of his last 5 fights.
did, I ever said the man cannot fight because straight up, he is a straight bad. Like he's a
Yeah,
bad. He's in the UFC. Mike Tyson was like he was like Mike Tyson's favorite fighter for a while, and like athletically, he's like leveled above a lot of these guys. I've also been a better athlete than a lot of guys. I've lost fights to some of those guys. Your athleticism does play a major role, but I think there's too many miles on Michael Johnson. That's part of the problem. But when you look at this fight, who else got a lot of miles on him? Drew Dober.
yeah.
Drew Dober has taken a lot of beatings himself. They're both what, like 24-10. Like the records are in that ballpark, right?
Dober, I believe, was 28-15. Michael Johnson is 25-19. So
Miles,
yeah,
miles,
that's a lot of
miles on
fights.
those bodies. So when I look at that, like as far as like chin and toughness, those are things kind of cancel each other out. They're both pretty even there. I think the thing that will really separate this fight is which fighter is more technical. And decidedly, that fighter is Drew Dober. So I'd have to go with Drew Dober in this fight.
And that brings us to Raul Rojas Jr., who's
Oh yeah.
11-1-0
Hmm.
against Rob Font, 22-9. Rob's from Puerto Rico. Rojas is from Mexico in the bantamweight division.
Actually, Rob Font is from Puerto Rico, fighting out of Boston, Massachusetts.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's a
All
local
right.
guy. So that's why this
So
fight breakdown is
you
going to
know
pain. Oh, I know Rob pretty well. Um, but that's why this fight analysis is going to pain me. The one thing, the I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but the school Rob came up here in Boston is known. I'm not gonna name names. People know the gym I'm talking about. It's known for its striking, not its grappling. Like Rob's striking is super refined. He is a super accurate striker, but two areas he lacks: power and grappling. Rafael Rojas is a superlative grappler. So I think on the feet, Rob holds the side advantage. But the area where another area rather, Rob is a little lacking is physical strength. That area is one of the areas where Rafael Rojas excels. He is a strong young man. Rafael is a much better grappler. He's stronger. He's much younger. Rob, love you, brother, but I'm gonna have to go with Rafael Rojas in this fight. Rafael Rojas, however you say it in Spanish, not
Yeah, that's
Brazilian.
okay. So the semi-main event is KO Borello and
Kyle Bohello.
Kyle.
Kyle
Okay,
Bohello. Bohello.
Bohello
Bohello.
and De Riddier.
Henner
Uh,
de Renier. Runner,
yes,
no,
20,
excuse me. Say it right. Runner de Rider is how you say
Renner
it.
De Rider.
That's how you say it.
He's a
Yeah.
rider. He's a rider. So, who wins this chess match between
Dude.
striking defense and submission pedigree? What is the realistic path for the underdog?
Well, who's favoring this one? I believe it's Runner, right?
It is Renner, yes.
I tell you what, um, this would be
But
my
he's from
upset.
but he's from the Netherlands, so he's got to be a pussy.
No, we don't, bro. Some of the toughest men and best kickboxers to ever walk this earth come out of the Netherlands.
Yeah, but
So
compared to the Brazilians,
shut your
no,
whore mouth, shut your
no.
whore mouth, shut your whore mouth. Out of the Netherlands, especially Amsterdam. Amsterdam is known for its plethora of kickboxing and Muay Thai gyms. The people out of the Netherlands are superlative kickboxers. As in Amsterdam, I believe 5 of the top gyms for kickboxing in the world are located in Amsterdam. Let me tell you, um, his kickboxing will be superior to Kai Hello's, unfortunately. But as I was about to say, this one will be my upset special. I'm picking Cabo Hello in this fight out of the fighting nerds. They, first of all, have performed extremely well in their short tenure as a team in the UFC. That's number one. Number two, one thing that and this is part of the reason they call themselves the fighting nerds is because they analyze the numbers. They go over trends, go over data. They analyze the data. They formulate game plans based off data from their opponents. So I have a feeling Kyle Hello has both been working on striking defense and his wrestling for this fight. I would look. I mean, no matter what they say, they always test the waters a little bit. Striking. I don't feel like Runner the Rider is light years ahead of Kyle as far as striking goes. But with that being said, I think that Kyle Hello's grappling is head and shoulders above Henry the Hider's. I think Kyle will be okay enough on the feet where he doesn't just get shinned in the dome and just put to sleep. He'll most likely eventually get this fight to the ground, and I could see him either dominating on the ground and Henry being able to survive, but more than likely, I see Kyle Othello being able to pull off the submission. And with that being said, personally, one of my former training partners was good friends with and had trained with Kyle and said his jiu-jitsu was very good. this gentleman's jiu-jitsu was the best I've ever dealt with, literally ever. He's
Wow.
maybe not in competition, but in training, he had the best jujitsu I have ever fucking dealt with. That includes everyone I've ever trained with. Um,
Hands
if
down.
he said Kyle Hello's jujitsu is pretty damn good, that means he's upper echelon in the UFC. With that being said, I expect Kyle to be able to get this fight to the ground and find most likely find a submission.
All right. So we are going to the main event. Holloway versus Oliveria, 2 for the BMF title.
Oh god, I don't even know, dude.
And
So go ahead, you finish it. I'll give my take, short take, and then we'll talk about the
well,
fight.
what's the the biggest single tactical advantage Max Holloway brings into this rematch? And how do you see Oliveira neutralizing it?
Dude. So Max is the best boxer in the UFC. Like he is probably the best boxer in the UFC. With that being said,
And
Charles
Oliveira
O,
has been close and close and close. And
Charles O, Charles Oliveira is just such a dynamic striker. Boxer, not the best, not a bad boxer, but not. I wouldn't put him in top 10 as far as straight boxing in the UFC. But I would put him overall striking. I'd put him in the top 10, top 5. He's just so unorthodox, explosive, and accurate, especially with his kicks. That is just a hallmark. And with that being said, on the ground, he is an absolute fucking assassin with his jujitsu. He just finds amazing and deadly submissions. He puts guys to sleep. They tap and they pass out. Um, uh, like there's
so,
so many factors play into this fight, and
yeah.
I'm talking about how explosive Max is with, excuse me, Charles is with his striking. You know what else Max has? He has a fucking granite chin. He really does. So Charles could shin him with a high kick across the dome, and Max, I could see Max surviving that 100%. I
So I was going to ask if the fight were to go past round 3, what adjustments do you expect from each corner? And can you name one concrete change for Holloway and one for Oliveira if it
oh,
goes past round 3?
so it goes past round 3. At that point, Charles will have collected all the data in his head. So at that point, Charles will just be looking for openings to land something big. He'll still be fighting, but he's experienced enough where he'll be doing tactical things like jabbing the front hand to get Max to lower it a little bit so he can hit the high kick. Or
Right.
he'll be looking to get his elbow away from his side so he can dig that body kick in. Charles's kicks, excuse me, are absolutely fucking absurd as far as accuracy and power. As far as but here's the other thing. They both fought at 45-55, so I don't expect there to be a huge strength differential. But if I had picked a stronger guy, I would say Max. Max has fought both up and down 45-55. Honestly, this fight might come down to toughness. As ridiculous as that sounds, in a sport with this much skill and strategic themes being played out, I think the tougher guy is Max Holloway. And I think it might just come down to toughness. You're talking about what would be a concrete adjustment they'd make once go past round 3. If it's gone past round 3, at that point they'll both be a little touched up.
Yeah.
I would think at that point, Max is going to say, keep my hands up, protect my chin from those fucking high kicks and just wait in there and make it a fucking brawl. He does that. I think Max takes the fight.
So,
The other X factor, I think, if he hasn't already, after round 3, m- Charles will look to get 2 places on the ground on top, or get Max up against the cage and look to get on the backpack him, and look for a choke. Those are the 2 things I think adjustment wise they'll try to do. I think in the first 3 rounds, we're going to see a bit of a kickboxing match. I mean, I don't see Max going for a takedown at all. I see Charles looking for the backpack if he can stuff Max up against the cage, but I don't see either of them looking to shoot really in the first 3 rounds. After the 3 rounds, I still don't see Max trying to shoot and get a takedown, but I do see Charles looking to stuff him up against the cage, looking to get on the back, and looking for trips to get Max on the ground.
how much does the BMF title label change the fighter's approach compared with a standard title or
Zero,
contender
zero,
fight?
zero,
Oh, you don't
zero.
think it does at all? Okay.
No, it's a 5 round fight.
Still found
It's
5 round fight. There's
it's a
no
5 round
difference.
fight. It's a title fight. It's
But
another.
you don't see the BMF being more prestigious because, like you said, I mean, that's why it was created. I mean, it was created in lieu of the super fight title.
So in boxing, you have a million different titles
Yes,
across a million different weight classes,
you do.
and generally, if you're past 3 losses, you're not getting a title shot. Generally, there have been exceptions. In the UFC, we see guys with double-digit losses getting title fights,
Yeah, that rise
just
back up.
both justifiably, and they've been proven right with title wins. Do I think the BMF title is more prestigious? No, because a
Well,
lot of the
it doesn't change the fighter's approach. That's what I'm saying, because it is the BMF
oh
title.
no, of course not.
Okay.
It's same as they approach any title fight as far as I see, but it gives it a lot more prestige than if they were fighting not for a title. It really does.
Right. Right.
And if you've noticed, every guy that's fought for the BMF title has already been a famous fighter.
Yeah.
Like, guys with followings are the ones that fight for the BMF belt.
Yeah. They
And
love it.
after they win the BMF belt, what happens? They get more famous.
It boosts them.
So,
It boosts them.
of
Yes,
course it does. And like I
tremendously.
said, we're talking about off air. This is basically just a continuation of the UFC Super Fight title back
Right.
from the early days. It's kind of a continuation of that. Basically, everything I've read, all the analysis says the Super Fight title was a precursor to the UFC heavyweight title, which it was. But also, that's before there were weight classes and pretty much every single guy was above 220 pounds. So
Yes.
I mean, I see the BMF title as more of a continuation of the UFC Super Fight title. With
Right.
that being said, does it change their approach to a title fight? No. But these guys are motivated to win it because every time a guy wins that belt, they get more famous.
They get
They
more
make more
prestigious.
they make more money.
Yeah. So Holloway's volume striking versus
Yeah.
Oliveira's submission record. What scenario do you think is most likely to decide this fight and why?
Most so going with that, Steve, you're talking about the first 3 rounds. If Max is able to just put that pace and put that volume on Max effectively for the first 3 rounds, I think Charles in those last 2 rounds will be pretty ineffective, and Max walks away with it.
And
If
then,
if
yeah, go ahead.
if Charles is able to stuff Max up against the cage in the first 3 rounds, get on a backpack, get on his back on the ground, get on top of him. In those first 3 rounds, that will tire Max out, fill his arms with blood, and his volume striking will become much less voluminous. So if Charles can threaten submissions early on in the fight, it will tire Max out and make his volume striking less voluminous, therefore less effective.
Which
If
round do you see this fight ending in?
honestly, gambling wise, I am staying the fuck away from this fight. I am not going to gamble on
Really?
this. This fight,
Wow.
hell no. First of all, my heart cannot overpower my head for this fight. I love both these guys on many different levels. Um, so gun to my head. If it goes 5 rounds, Max is winning it.
I think Max is winning too.
No,
Absolutely.
if it goes 5 rounds. If Charles is able to hurt Max early on,
Early.
especially if he's able to hurt him to the body or catch him with a head kick and get him to the ground, I see Max, I see Charles winning the fight. So my analysis, my semi prediction here, if the fight ends in the first 3 rounds, Charles Oliveira will be the winner. If it goes 5 rounds, Max
Or
Holloway wins
longer.
his fights.
All right. So which single prop bet and then which parlay would you pick for this for UFC 326 overall?
Okay.
Is there
Let's
a
see if
single
my
prop bet?
oh, my internet just came back. So, all right, prop bet. Uh, the two I would see, and you could make a parlay out of this. One prop bet that's, I think the odds probably aren't spectacular, but one sure prop bet I see is Rafael Rojas by submission.
Okay. That's
If you
easy
want
enough.
if you want parlay that, I
Parlay
would
it.
like this parlay probably pay off pretty well. The odds will be pretty good. If you want to go Rojas and Oliveira both by submission, that would be a pretty good prop bet.
Wow.
Um,
That would be.
okay, another parlay that might good prop parlay. A good if you want to go for a long parlay, I'd go Cody Garbrandt to win, Gregory Rodriguez to win or to win by knockout. Stay away from Jude over Michael Johnson. Rafael Rojas to win, or Rafael Rojas by by submission, and Hello to win. That'd be a parlay I'd go with. Hello, Rojas, Cody, and baby Cody. That one I'm a little mad on, and Gregory Rodriguez. If you want to get real crazy on the odds, you go Hello, Rojas by submission, Rodriguez by knockout, and Cody.
Can you name one underrated fighter on this card who could end up stealing the show?
Ooh, Cody. I could definitely see Cody pulling off a highlight reel knockout. Also, stealing the show. Honestly, I'm leaning a little more towards Drew Dober, but either Michael or Drew, Michael Johnson or Drew Dober.
But they're not
Either
underrated though. Would you would say?
I mean, when you look at their win loss record, they
Well,
kind of
I get
are.
that. Okay, yeah. So you
I
you
mean,
think that would be the
I
fight?
mean, underrated, bro.
I
A
know there's a
lot.
bunch of no names on there that you
I
can't
mean,
really.
a lot. Listen, a lot of the casuals don't know about RoboCop. A lot of the
No, they
casuals,
don't.
dude, like
That that
RoboCop is
is that
just
is a pretty easy one right there.
I mean, I think I have a feeling RoboCop is going to end Bruno's life. Like
Right.
it's going to be. I think he's going to thud him in the head with something big with his most likely his fist and put Bruno to sleep, brother. So prop bets, 100% Rodriguez by knockout, Paul by submission. Those are my. I mean, those are my two props. Um, Parlay. I go Kyle, Rafael. Excuse me, Raul. I keep saying Rafael. Excuse me, everybody. Paul Haas. Either Haas or Haas by submission. Stay away from Dover versus Johnson. Rodriguez. If you want to make Rodriguez by knockout, even better. Prop bet. Pick Cody or Cody by knockout.
All right. And then a question we got: if Holloway wins, what doors open next for him in 2026? If Oliveira wins, how does that reshape the lightweight title picture? Or the lightweight picture, not necessarily
Bro,
title
like,
picture. Because it's
I
pretty
mean,
packed.
the way you look at it, these guys are both, whatever the result of the fight is, both these guys are going to be top 10 fighters in the lightweight division.
Right.
The
Okay.
big thing here is either one of them wins this fight, they're both in line for the title fight. But brother, I don't think as far as like the title pick, I don't see either of these guys ever being able to beat what's his name? Ilya Topuria.
No, he's
Uh
on fire
I
right now.
mean, honestly, gun to my head, I kind of think Max is gonna win this one. Gun to my head.
I think he is too. I think he is too.
I mean, with that being said, between the two of them, the one that has the better chance of making the adjustments and being able to beat Ilya would be Max. So,
Right.
I mean, gun to my head, I think Max is going to win. If Max wins, he probably would fight Ilya for the belt, but I have a feeling Ilya's going to defend his belt at the White House.
Yeah, I think he wants to.
Bro, listen, this fight would be totally unjustified. Totally unjustified. But if you want to print money, you make Conor McGregor versus Ilya
You said
Topuria
that before. Yeah.
for the lightweight belt at the White House. Listen, Conor in no way, shape, or form at this point deserves a title shot. No
No,
way.
no.
No.
It'd be
But
pure printing
if
money.
you want to print money, you make that fight.
That's what
That's
Vince
all I'm
McMahon
gonna say.
says. What's best for business.
What's best for business, baby?
All right.
PKO, what's up?
We'll be right back. We'll finish up after this.
Finally, we have James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. For the last 3 years, James has dedicated himself to the art of financial services. He specializes in life insurance and insurance policies. He will save you money, make you a boatload of money, and do so tax free. He also specializes in retirement planning because we know the stress that goes into thinking about retirement. How much am I going to need? For how long? Do we have enough? Because fear of the unknown is real. To contact James, go to www.lutherjamesinsurance.com.
All right. So, just quickly, your thoughts. Tom Aspinall signed with
Ooh,
Eddie Hearn's newly established Matchroom Talent Agency. The signing and establishment of Matchroom's new agency was announced Thursday in a huge move for both Aspinall and the British promoter. Hearn is the chairman of Matchroom Boxing and has guided the careers of former two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua and two-weight undisputed women's champion Katie Taylor. He is now going to manage and advise Aspinall in his first move into MMA. This Eddie Hearn has been with boxers. He's now getting into the MMA world with Aspinall, and I think that's good for Aspinall. I think Aspinall's gotten boned in the ass a few times. What do you see? What do you make out of this decision for him to change or go with different management?
You kind of just took the words out of my mouth. This is a giant fuck you to Dana White in the UFC.
They've
really
screwed
is.
him. They've screwed him for 2 years, in my opinion.
I wouldn't go that far because it was Tom made the decision. Hey, I'll wait for John.
He
I
did.
think
He
if
did.
listen, John, don't beat my ass, please. But I think if anyone can take the blame in that situation, it's John Jones.
But you also said you thought what Cyril Gain did was intentional.
It was 100% intentional. Cyril Gain is it was. Steve, go on YouTube, look up.
No,
Cyril
I looked at it. I looked at it, and Tyler will come back. But I looked at it, and I did kind of think it was definitely intentional. So I will agree with him on that. No, I was saying I agree with you. I looked at it several times. I looked at it in slow motion, and it did look intentional.
Right?
I just don't understand why you would do that. You get yourself
because he wanted
that
out
point.
of he wanted out of the fight because he's going to get his
Then
ass kicked.
then don't make the fight. If you don't want you want out of the fight. Did something change?
He still got show money.
I know. That's the thing.
Bro.
He did. He still got paid. He didn't get docked anything for it.
Say this is Tom Aspinall's eye socket. Cyril's figure was in there that much.
Oh, I know. You're the clip that we made of you demonstrating it got over 2,000 views. Oh,
yeah, baby.
Yes. So the other matchup we talked about was Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano.
Ooh.
It is taking a lot of flack, I would say, from people in the MMA world, well, mostly UFC, because the story around it was Dana White was approached with making the fight in 2024. He would not pay either's asking price for it. And both felt they were worth more. And if you look at the Chung Lee lawsuit that was settled by UFC, Ronda Rousey received substantially more money from her payouts because of that lawsuit. It exposed the fight payouts that UFC fighters were making. Ronda Rousey, even Brock Lesnar, their pay was raised in the 7 figures from the lawsuit. So Rousey was clearly, and still is, I mean, she may not be the greatest combat champion. She's the greatest draw that the combat sport has seen to this day. But I mean, the fight is getting poo-pooed because, you know, it's 2 women that are a little bit older, and Gina Carano, you know, came before Rousey. They had always talked about fighting. It never happened. Dana White was never able to get the match in the ring, as Vince always, that's his phrase, just get the match in the ring. They could not get it done. Do you think that it's still going to be a compelling fight that's worth people's dollars, that is going to sell out arenas, the arena, and you know, Rousey is the only female athlete that has sold 50,000 plus tickets to a MMA event. And Gina Carano was before her as well. So it's a fantasy matchup. And as I said, people were offering other fantasy matchups to go with it.
Steve, it's definitely a fantasy matchup.
Yeah. I don't like Ronda's husband. That's all.
Dude, do I tried to fight him?
And I don't like that Ronda has bashed the WWE any chance she talks. She just talks back.
Okay, you want to know what Ronda Rousey is? like time and time again, a sore fucking
Oh, I know she
loser.
is. I know she is. But
She,
they gave her everything. I mean, what is
yes,
she sore about losing?
yeah, and you know what? You know what happened?
Because she lost
And
2 matches since she's
no,
been
no, no,
there.
no, no, no. You want to know what happened though? You want to know what happened? A, she looked fucking ridiculous in her getup. One,
Well, I
two,
know the
she's
makeup
not
artist
nearly.
made her look
She's not.
ridiculous.
Well, yeah, and she like did that. Looked at herself in the mirror and said, "Yeah, yeah, I'll do. Yeah, this
She looked like
works."
an alien half the time.
She
I
looked
couldn't
fucking.
understand.
She looked. Listen, I'm sorry we get flagged, but she looked fucking retarded.
No, you can say the R word now again. It's legal. But
Good, she looked fucking retarded.
when they would send her out there for matches, and I would look and I would think, are the WWE makeup artists cross-eyed? Like, how do they send this? She's the baddest woman on the planet, the most well-known woman on the planet. You're sending her out to the ring
Looking
with
like a fucking alien.
the eyeliner and the makeup. She looks atrocious, and she's a beautiful woman, and you're just
Steve,
she's fine, but I mean they made
Steve.
her look
All right,
like she
you
was
actually,
wearing a Halloween mask.
you actually just really set up one of my next points. So, as far as the Divas division goes, as far as women in general go, Ronda is mid as fuck.
Well, yeah, I
She,
agree with that.
like,
Yes,
according to, no, I'll take it a step further. Compared to most of the other divas, and I'm talking all the divas, even the old
oh well,
bitches,
yeah,
even the
of
old bitches
course.
like Trish Stratus.
Sable, yes.
She is on the lower end of the look spectrum. As
Well,
far as
yeah.
women in general, Ronda is mid as fuck, mid as fuck. So
Gina
that
Carano's not.
don't she Gia Carano is for both fighters. No, she is like probably the hottest or second hottest fighter to ever fight MMA. Ever. Like she is fine as fuck, and she's a goddamn movie star.
Right.
Like, bro, as far like Gina was the original MMA, just wasn't as big back then, and she fought in Strikeforce. She never fought in the UFC. So those two factors really, like women's MMA would not have taken off the way it did without Gina Carano.
And
But
Strike Force.
Ronda took it to another stratosphere. Part of that was smart matchmaking.
Yes.
Part, honestly, dude,
They didn't
the,
have
the
anyone on the
American
roster.
public, the American public is generally so fucking dumb that they bought all of Ronda's shit, all of it.
Well, they
I
didn't
could be the
have
guy.
any. They didn't have any.
I could be
Well,
the
they
guy
did
in the
buy
fight.
that. They did buy.
They bought that
You're
shit.
right.
Are you
You're right. They
fucking
did.
kidding me?
They did buy
Bro,
that. They did
I
buy
will
that.
spar with the biggest bitch out there. I still pull my punches. Like,
Yeah,
I've
of
sparred,
course.
dude, I spar with Gabby. Well, maybe not Gabby because she's fucking massive. She's like as big as me. But even with that being said, Gabby Garcia is a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt MMA fighter. Literally like half an inch shorter than like an inch shorter than me, and like as big as me. I would still pull my punches. I'd still probably manhandle her. With all that being said, this fight is still a draw. Ronda's still mid as fuck. Her stand-up skills are
Yeah,
absolute dog shit compared to Gina Carano's. And honestly, I'm gonna quote my boy Sean Strickland. Are we really gonna fucking act like we're excited to watch two old bitches fight? Because that's what we're doing. Watching two old bitches fight. That's
well,
what this is.
they're not. I mean,
Listen,
I think Rhonda's still in her
I,
30s.
she's 39.
Yeah, Gina's like 40 in her
Listen,
40s. Yes.
at the end of the day, that everyone can do their 40s nearly as well as me or Gina Carano. With that being said, as far as the actual fight goes, if Ronda is able to close the gap and get underhooks on Gina, Gina is most likely going for a fucking ride because as much shit as we're talking right now, Ronda Rousey is still a judo black belt and a
100%.
judo Olympic medalist. So if
100%.
if Ronda gets close to Gina and gets an underhook or an overhook, Gina's going for a fucking ride, and we're gonna hit the ground. We'll see how good Gina's jiu-jitsu's gotten. But if Ronda is not able to get a takedown, Gina is going to play target practice bongos with Ronda's head and her fists and her shins. So that's what this fight is predicated on. If Ronda gets to the ground, Ronda has a fighting chance. We'll see how good Gina's jiu-jitsu is, and if Ronda still has that armbar. If the fight's on the feet, Gina's gonna contribute to Ronda's brain damage.
And they're also saying that because of basically there's no fighter's pension, there's none of this, none of that. The women want the extra money. They want the extra paycheck. And
All right, maybe
they're also people saying that this fight could outdraw the White House fight. I'm just telling you what I read. Because Rousey has 16.8 Instagram followers.
Oh, cool story. One, you have to pay for this fight. If you have
You have to
Paramount
pay
Plus,
for the Netflix fight too.
no, you don't.
We have to be a Netflix subscriber. I mean, it could draw out your eyes.
Oh, okay. So you pay fucking $17.99 a month
You're right.
for Paramount Plus versus fucking $80 for this shit pay-per-view. I will say one thing,
Well, I don't think
and everyone that knows me and knows Crown Sports and Entertainment knows where I thinking about this. The one thing that this fight will be, by fight I mean the event of Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. It will be an absolute showcase for all the talent and young talent not signed by the UFC or PFL.
Yeah, I mean, because they're really going to the well with this one. And you know, Jake Paul's promotion has done that time and time again. And I give them credit for being able to do this. Rousey has shown more than a lack of interest in getting back into an octagon.
Oh, yeah.
And Gina Carano has had a comfortable career. You know, she's
Oh, yeah.
been an actress in several movies.
You were talking about, oh, they need the money. Ronda probably needs the money. Gina,
I don't think Ronda does. Ronda was paid the Brinks truck by the WWE, and she just stopped like 2 years ago.
Okay, fine, whatever. But like,
Gina, maybe.
Dude, Gina was in the fucking, was it the Expendables?
I think she was in Fast and the Furious.
No, she was in Fast and Furious, and she was in one of the Expendables. She's got loot. She's in one or two of the Expendables. She's got money. Like, Ronda's got money. I mean, you said WWE back to the Brinks truck for that horrendous investment. Here's the thing.
No, Carano was in the 6th installment of the Fast and the Furious. She may have been in the Expendables, but it's listing here the Fast and the Furious.
No, she was in the Expendables.
Okay.
Like, dude, she's a movie star. She's not hurting for money.
No, she is. She's been in 12 movies. Yeah. No, I agree.
She ain't hurting for money.
Rousey has been too.
What movie? I thought she would be in movie. What movie?
She's been in some. She hasn't had a ton of movie opportunities.
She did a cameo on Entourage where she beat up Turtle.
Yes, I know that.
I forget, was she in one of the Expendables or like I don't even remember what movie Ronda was in.
She's been in a few, but
but like Gina's like a legitimate actress and movie star. She's not hurting for money.
No. So we'll see like, as it picks up.
Yeah,
but it's just, I mean, there's been significant backlash towards this fight.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing to see. I don't think either one are going out of their way to say that you know, they're going to put on the performance of the lifetime and it's going to be this crazy battle. There's like the reporters you mentioned that are saying
Yeah.
that in Netflix's mind, it has a chance to outdraw the White House card.
Is this going to be on Netflix?
Yes, it's on Netflix.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought it was going to be a Mrs. Pay-Per-View. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be on Netflix. That's why. So that is why I said that, because it is going to be on Netflix. So once you get the subscription to Netflix, you'll have access to this fight card. I
All
think
right.
some of Jake Paul's cards have been on Netflix. So we'll see what happens. But we will we'll go over the PGF and the week they had next time.
Okay.
Their next fight is Wednesday night, and it was if you go back, it's an impressive showing. The format is very interesting to watch. So
Agreed. And I would
check
like to
it
give a
out.
shout. I would like to give a shout out to my favorite fighter in the PGF, Shwan Melanson, on superlative
Yeah,
performance.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
like, I've been on some of the same grappling cards as Shwan Melanson. I've always been super impressed with him. He's one of those guys set to make the jump to one of the top grapplers in the world.
Yeah, and it's just crazy how it's 3 fights in a row, and there was an injury on one of them, and somebody else had to step in cold, and they just got obliterated. So I can see how the format is definitely challenging. But
No,
we'll
and
talk
like
about that
Steve,
more.
like one thing you were saying like before we came on air, having 3 fights, 3 matches in a night, that's the same as like a IBJJF
Yeah,
tournament where you
right.
probably have more matches. The difference is that you're getting guys, they might not be like the AAA guys at the top of the world, top 10 of the flow grappling weight, top 10 of the full grappling weight classes, but you're getting like all these guys are top 50 or top 25, excuse me, in their weight classes in the fucking world. These
Yeah,
are like super elite grapplers that are being showcased on this event. So hey, some of these guys are like Shwan Melanson are in the top 10 of the flow grappling weight class and pound for pound. So this is, if you're a grappling fan, don't sit around. Don't just watch Fight to Win. Don't just watch ADCC. Don't just watch the IBJJF. Uh, the PGF has really made this more viewer friendly, as well as made compelling, and while at the same time keep the spirit of grappling true, and having guys have these multiple matches in one
right.
night, just like a tournament. With that being said, the way it's different from a tournament is there are no easy matches. There are no walkovers. You're going
No,
against other guys that are top of the food chain. So, like I said, they've been way more viewer friendly. I look forward to definitely bringing it up more
no, it
on
was
future
really
shows.
action packed. Watching getting to the finishes near
Yeah,
the end of each round, because they got to get a finish or they don't get points. So
yeah,
that's what made it really exciting. So, but great job, Tyler
thank
King,
you.
Crown Sports Entertainment. All he does is teach class. He trains, teaches class. He beats that ass. He pounds it into the ground afterwards. I'm Steve Kelly, best
Feverishly.
podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them back at life.